Shalom. It's Ruben Abraimov, the Haftorahman, and I'd like to introduce this week's Haftarah on behalf of the Hampton Synagogue. As you all know, Rabbi Mark Schneier is a force in the reopening of synagogues, yes, not only in the New York City tri-state area, but throughout the country, and has set the yardstick and the role model for the security and carefulness one needs to have when admitting people into services. We're also accompanied by Rabbi Avram Bronstein, who is doing an amazing job. Nathaniel Hirschtig, the Chazan, accompanied by the maestro Yitzchak Chaimov, and of course, my favorite, First Lady, Mrs. Carol Levin. And this week's Haftarah is the fourth of the Shiva de Nechemta, the four Haftarot of consolation. What consolation? Well, if you've been listening, you'll know that these are the weeks, 7 weeks after Tisha B'Av. That was the 9th of Av, which was the anniversary of the destruction of the first and second temples. And these 7 weeks run between the Shabbat right after Tisha B'Av and Rosh Hashanah. All of the Haftorahs, amazingly, come from the book of Yeshayahu. And Isaiah is this master prophet, as well as we should know that all of these prophecies are from chapter 40 onward in his book, and it is addressing the Jewish people that were exiled from the temple in Jerusalem. They're now living in Babylonia. They have 3 questions on their mind. Am I going to survive? Am I going to stay a part of my community with friends and family? And what is my destiny going to be? And Yeshayahu says, I can see the future as clearly as you can see me right now. And I used the name I see Yah. Isaiah is that he saw God, and this is what God had to say to him. It is verse 12 of chapter 51. He addresses the Jewish people, urging them not to be intimidated by the apparent power of the nations that will rule over them during exile. So he's predicting 200 years before the exile what's going to happen to the people. And it says, Anochi, Anochi. Where do we hear that word? From the 10 Commandments. Anochi Adonai Elohecha. I am the Lord your God. Hu menachemchem, the one that comforts you. You have minucha there. You have nothing to be afraid of. These people are going to go away like grass withers. The Haftarah continues with this wonderful, wonderful pasuk, and that is starting in verse 17. He addresses the city of Jerusalem, assuring it that the time will come when its punishment will be concluded. How does it start off? Hitorari, hitorari. Hey, wait a minute. I heard that before. It's in Kabbalat Shabbat. It's in the Friday night services that was started about 300 years ago by the Kabbalists in Tzfat. And they're saying, hitorari, hitorari. Awaken, yes, awaken. Kumi Yerushalayim. Jerusalem, rise up. You've drunk from the cup of wrath, and your suffering is over. And ve'anachamech, that now I will comfort you. And then we continue to go on with the Haftarah. And you'll see, it starts chapter 52, verse 1. Uri, Uri. Again, another one of the 7 verses from Lechuna Ranena. Uri, Uri, comes from here. Awaken. Yes, awaken. Put on your strength, you Jerusalem. Livshi uzech, like a Uzi. Sion, another name for Jerusalem, is Har Sion. Livshei tifartech, dress up in your grand clothing. It continues. Hitna'ari me'afar kumi. Also in Lechadodi, shake yourselves off from the dust, and that you should now free yourself. Go back to the city of Jerusalem, that now you will know that God is taking you back, and you will stay there, and that there is no price that you have to pay anymore. So, let's button up this Haftarah with the ending words of comfort. Ki lo b'chipazon tetzeu. You will not leave in haste, and you will not go in a flurry of flight. Uvimenusa lo telechun, ki holech lifnechem Adonai. For God is leading you before you, ume'asifchem Elohei Yisrael. And also, God is your rear guard. You're bookended. Nothing can come against you from the front, and nobody can come from the back. What reassuring words that we are safe in God's hands, literally. So this is the wonderfulness of the words of Isaiah speaking to the people in Babylonia, telling them you're going to return to the city of Jerusalem and live there in peace amongst your friends and family forever and ever. God bless you all. Shabbat Shalom. See you in the Hampton Synagogue on Shabbat.